Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah, just having flashbacks. Don't worry about it. Do I remember what happened last time? I do kind of remember, actually. So there's a bomb. There's a bomb. It's bomb number 3 out of how many? I don't know. We know for a fact there's at least a bomb 1. Okay, I have my little note. We learned that Kay's face looks eerily a lot like Sigma's. There might be an explanation for that. There might not be. I have told Peachy about this, but I suspect that Zero Senior is Santa. And I don't feel like elaborating on it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think Zero Senior is Santa. Anyways, with that, let's get back to where we left off. I think we got to the garden. That's where we left off. Finally, the bee garden, which implies there's an A garden. It implies there's a garden. Yep, there is a garden. Look. There's something wrong with me. There's actually a lot of things wrong with me. Anyways, look, there's an arrow to press. We're going to have to cross the water to get over there. Please be careful. If you slip, you could fall into the stream. Clicking the blue arrow will move you from the current area to an adjacent one. Shocking. It's more of a park than a garden. So true. I really hate the controls of this, still. Look, doors! Wow! And a safe. What's this? There's a circular indentation in this panel. And there are 2 fan-shaped holes inside it. Look carefully. Those fans are connected. It looks like a butterfly. What kind of butterflies are you seeing, Sigma? Mushroom. It's a red spotted mushroom growing in the shadow of this tree. Okay. A large Japanese Zelkova tree. Okay, cool. Glad we got nothing. Wow, there's 3 buttons to press there. Metal rod, let's go. And there were 3 red buttons on the panel. I pushed them, but nothing happened. Do you think they're broken? Maybe you just need to press them in a specific order. Not that one. Okay, we'll mess around with that later. Huh? And there's something next to my foot. A bronze key. Probably for a bronze tool. A large shovel. Are we gonna have to dig something? There's so much to this space. Oh, hello. It's a sign. A bird's eye view of the garden. It's kind of like a map. Well, it's not on the right. It looks like a box. I think it's a treasure chest. It's connected to the drawing above it. See? I see. So... I need to put... Alright, let's figure this out. This is the treasure chest, right? And this is... an island? There aren't any islands in here, though. There's something green growing on the top. Yeah, but there's grass everywhere in here. Maybe it's something else. No, let's look for something with green on the top. Okay. I think I get the idea. We do have a bronze key. Let's plant. It's just a flower pot. And there's nothing special about it at all. Wait. Don't people usually hide their house keys under a flower pot or in the mailbox? They do. Just trust me. I'm sure there's something under there. Mail. A key. Weird, but okay. There are leaves sprouting out of the ground here. They look like onions. There's some vines with cucumbers growing on them hanging off the frame. Someone was growing tomato vines on these stakes. Each vine has several red tomatoes hanging off of it. Hey, it's a paprika. No, that's a pepper. Probably a bell pepper. Paprika is what you call the spice you make from them. Oh, huh. I actually didn't know that's where paprika came from. Why is it split in half? I'm not sure. Wait, is there something in there? Oh yeah. Let me take a look. A coin. Wow. This is... It looks like a tombstone. So the people buried here are Mr. Tufi and Mrs. Ego Eaters? What? Well, that's what it says. 2 feet, Ego Eaters. Probably butchering that. And that's an epitaph, or whatever. Something that they feel represents them, or just a phrase they liked. And what does it mean? Beats me. Any ideas, Luna? Looks like it's Latin, but I don't know what it means either. Did you see this? It looks like there's a keyhole down here near the bottom. You're right. Well, we have a couple of keys to try. Let's see if the key I've got works. Nope, no luck. I don't think this key is for this keyhole. Okay, what about our other key? Let's see. Nope. Okay. Metal detector. It looks like there's some sort of tile mosaic on the bottom of the pond. A lion. Yeah. Looks like a lion, alright. Eating a sun! Oh wait. Yeah, eating the sun. No? Okay. Okay. Leave that alone for now, I guess. A metal scale. There's a plate on each side. On the right plate. And on the left plate, oh boy, a knife. Lever handle. That's nice. Interesting. Okay, this is circling back the way we came-ish. Oh, okay. There's a red spot. Yep. Okay. Hold I think I'll try digging here. Looks up phrase out of curiosity. First result is Silent Hill Wiki. Oh no. Oh dear. Now we can go bind the silver key with it. Doubly torn scrap of paper. Interesting. I can look here. Alright, let's try digging here. Man, I can be so smart sometimes. Torn note. Interesting. Okay. Suddenly playing Animal Crossing. Yeah. going to dig up the skunk cabbage? Poor thing. It's never done anything to you. Don't worry, I'll replant it when we're done. Okay, this piece of paper has 7 red dots on it, and an arrow running down the left edge. Maybe we're supposed to read this in the direction of the arrow. It looks like the dots are all either in the middle, on the left, or on the right. Aha! Look at me, be so smart sometimes. Hello. The waterfall stopped. I guess that was the waterfall control panel. Because, you know, all waterfalls have control panels. The indentations are small and circular, so we probably need something that matches that description. Do you have anything like that? Small and circular, huh? I do have one. Oh, go back. Okay, so I need all of them first, but that is definitely the right track. If I had to guess, which I don't really have to, probably, but... Oh, this one. It's reacting to this onion. Alright, let's dig it up. This was the only one that got a reaction, right? Interesting, interesting. Oh, I got it. That was the hint before. What do you mean I'm playing Genshin? I guess there are puzzles in Genshin, but... Oh. The metal detector seems to be responding to this tomato. Alright, grab it. Okay. Did it react to any of the others? No, just this one. Here you go. Knife time. Let's go. Let's not go too far. Red coin. Makes sense. A red coin from a red tomato. There's cooking Genshin. But I don't know if you're actually cooking. I mean, yeah, there is, but we're not cooking. Oh, look. The metal detector is reacting to this one. Okay, can you grab that one bomb? Right. Did any of the others cause any reaction I can read? No, just this one. Here you go. Cucumber. I could make a joke. Green coin. Okay. The only thing to know is the order. Can I do a silly little thing and... This is a balance scale. You can use it to weigh things. It can help you tell if things that look similar have different weights. Like those 4 coins, for instance. Drag the coins to place them on the plate. You can press the check button on the scale to compare the weights of the coins you placed on it. Look at me, I'm so fucking smart. Once you finish weighing them, press the reset button. Okay. Okay. So... I have a brain cell. I know, it's a Christmas miracle. Okay. So... Yellow... is less than green. White is also less than green. Look at Sayasaki's cooking. I am not. Okay, so green is the heaviest. Got it. That was not super helpful. Okay. Not green. We're done with green. Okay. Yellow is heavier than green. Yellow is heavier than white. And red. Okay. But what do you mean failed? What? They just flew everywhere? Do you think it's broken? Let's see. No, I get it. If you use the scale more than 5 times, it triggers the spring, which makes the whole thing shake. And do the same thing if you stop using it before you've reached 5 times. Oh, right. We need to pick up all the coins. What an annoying scale. Well, now I've got the coins. It's not like their weights change just because of that, right? Okay. So, green, yellow, red, 3rd use, 4th use, 5th use. Oh. They went everywhere again. I guess we can't just take our time here. We'll give you 2 more tries to try and figure out the weight. If you can't manage it, we're going to have to take over. Which is right. If you keep this up, the scale might break. If you start the scale game again after playing it twice, the difficulty level will be automatically changed to easy. Well, now I've got the coins. Bruh, I thought I had to... Like, if I used it less than the 5 times, it would break any... Whatever. I have the weights. Let's get out of here. This stupid, man. Okay, so green is the heaviest. Then it's yellow. White. Then red. What's that noise? It sounded like something unlocking. It's a screen. Oh boy. Oops. I guess it wasn't just a panel. It was actually a door. And there's the screen inside of it. It's showing 9 stars. What are we supposed to do with them? Well, why don't you try touching them? Press the star buttons in the correct order. Okay. How am I supposed to know the order? Okay. Look, I can't figure it out. You can do it. What do you mean I can do it? I don't have enough information. Where can I get more information, though? There's a problem. What did you miss? Me having a brain cell, but I think it's gone again, frankly. Right, I have this lever handle. Looks like there's just enough room for 2 on this bench. Why are you looking at me? Oh, no reason. Look, Luna, it's Sigma's house. Is that true, Sigma? Is this shed your house? You must be going through a rough time. Oh my god. Okay, I don't really think there's gonna be much of a hint for how to do the star thing. Wait, there's stars in the water? What a nice stream. So bad there aren't any fish. Okay, I definitely need to do something with this lever, but like, I'm still not sure where. Oh. Here. I'm smart. The handle fits perfectly into the hole in the wall. Good, now try turning it. When I turned the handle, it got dark. Looks like the light up there went down. Maybe that light was the sort of surrogate sun. If that's the case, it didn't just get dark, it became nighttime. So the garden needs nighttime? I guess so. Or maybe there's some hidden meaning in switching from night to day. Let's go see if anything's changed now that it's dark. If you want it to be afternoon again, all we have to do is turn the handle, right? Should be stars in the water. If I had to guess, probably the pool. Oh wait, no, there's stars right there. Wait, hang on. Okay. Okay, I got it. Purple, blue. Yellow. Yellow, green, red. Oh, because the lion eats the sun. That's why it's in... Okay. I get it. Anyways, now we understand the stars thing. What do you mean I have to turn on the fucking... Oh my god, Sigma. I hate Sigma sometimes. It's okay, we have the star order, that's what matters. The light that went down when you turned the night came back up. So now the sun is down and it's gone from night to afternoon. Now we can go back to the puzzle we were trying to solve now that we have information. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go in reverse order first and see if that gives us the, file password. So that would be red, green, yellow, blue, purple. No, okay. Purple, blue, yellow, green, red. Awesome. Solved it. Good work. Look at that screen. Or the screen. Oh, wait. This is the safe password. Wow, shocking. That never happens. Okay, what about the file password? Oh, from largest to smallest. I don't feel like noting that down, so, or turning the light off to find that out. So red, blue, yellow, purple, green. Okay. That's smart. I did notice the different sizes. I never would have guessed that. That makes sense, though. Thought so. You did it. Hey, check out the screen. Yay, file password. Mo, what's going on? And the screen's changed. I didn't write down the password. And this is a safe, right? It looks like one at least. There was a safe that looked like this in the crew quarters too. Let's see if we can get it open. Hello, file. Yes, it opened. You did it. Good job, Sigma. Let's look at the secret information. Ice 9, Ice 9 is a special form of water with a melting point of 36 degrees Celsius. In other words, it freezes at room temperature. The idea of Ice 9 was originally put forth by the American science fiction author Kurt Vonnegut. His version of Ice 9 has a melting point of 45.8 degrees Celsius. There's a rumor that says all the water in Alice's body is actually Ice 9. Who knows whether it's true or not, but if it is, then she always has to keep her body temperature above 36 degrees Celsius. H. This refers to Gentaro Hongo. He was one of the characters who appeared in 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. He was the person who supervised the kidnapping of the children who participated in the notary game in 2018. He is the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals and a devoted follower of the soul morphogenic field theory. This theory holds that there is a sort of field where the forms, structures, patterns, etc. of everything in reality are stored. This includes abstract things like language, song, thoughts, inspiration, culture, customs, and ideas. Any information contained, transmitted, or created by matter is held in the morphogenic field. In the Zero Escape series, people who can communicate by accessing this field are known as espers. If morphogenic field theory is true, however, that would mean that, in a sense, all humans are espers of a sort. Immunoglobulin is an important part of the body's defense against viruses, bacteria, and other invaders. It identifies and neutralizes certain threats. The IG replicator found in the lab gets its name from immunoglobulin. Interesting. Integer factorization. Factorization is the process of reducing a number to a series of numbers that, when multiplied together, give their original number. When taken to its logical conclusion, this will yield a list of prime numbers. For the purposes of factorization, 1 is not considered a prime. Example of prime factorization: 210 equals 2 times 3 plus times 5 times 7, 900 equals 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5, 107 equals 107. 2, 3, 5, 7, and 107 can only be divided by themselves or 1, which makes them primes. 2, 3, or whatever. A relatively well-known Latin phrase. It might look like it's talking about a pair of sexy toaster waffles, but it actually means something like, what you are, I was, what I am, you will be. Sometimes used as an epithet, taf. The implications is that the person in question was once alive, like the reader, but the reader will someday also be dead. A little ominous, I guess. Yeah. SOIS. The Special Office of Integration Security, or SOIS, is an elite intelligence organization under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. They investigate potentially disruptive or dangerous elements such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or the citizenry. Reading. Their stated purpose is to maintain peace, but there are charter authorities that authorizes them to arrest, detain, or even kill. Scary. That's nice. Escape Passawad. Passawad. Well, it opened again. Was there something inside? Yes. There's a lot of stuff in here. Let's have a look at it then. First off. And this looks like a map. On the upper left it says Floor B. And the map we found in the crew quarters said Floor A. So A is the top floor, and B is the bottom floor? I mean, I know we took the elevator down to get here, so... Right. Let's keep going. There are more things in the safe. This is... the key card. It has a moon on it. That means... yeah, this is the moon card that the announcement was talking about. And there's 2 of them in here. Just like with the sun card. You should take one, Alice. Why? Well, you're a solo. Luna and I will take one, and you take the other one. Hooray. Thanks. So, what have we got next? It looks like a piece of paper. What is this? Some kind of diagram? It doesn't make any sense. I wonder what it is. Oh well, just forget about it for now. I don't know what it means, but the fact that it says Nevada test site concerns me. We can always come back to it later. There's 2 more things in there. What's this? It looks like a note. It says IG equals immunoglobulin. What's immunoglobulin? Or what's a immunoglobulin, rather? Sigma, I asking the question. It's another word for an antibody. You mean like the thing in your body that fights off bacteria and viruses and stuff? Yes. So, what is this supposed to tell us? Honestly, I have no idea. The only thing left is this key. That must be the key to the exit. Yes, I think you're right. We should be able to use it to open the door. Awesome. What are we waiting for? Bloop. Bloop. This says lock on it, so it's probably the lock for the store. Alright, let's open this door. Yes, let's. Please do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. No sooner had we stepped out of the garden than I saw the 3 people I'd watched leave through the green doors sometime earlier. Whoa. What are you guys doing here?
We ought to be asking you the same thing. How'd you get here?
Sigma, hand me the map.
Map? Oh, right. I dug the map out of my pocket and spread it out in front of us.
You 3 came in through the blue door, right?
Yeah.
And which room did you go into?
This fan-shaped one. It's called the Bee Garden.
Bee garden?
It's this big dome with a bunch of plants in it. Look, you can go see yourself later, alright?
What about you guys?
Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
And then we met up. Right here.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
You want to have a look? We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited. So?
Sure, let's have a look. After a few moments of brisk walking, we found ourselves in the treatment center. Treatment center. What are those?
They're why this is called a treatment center.
Alright.
Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
Whoa, that's nuts.
How about you climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Damn, Alice.
Hey! You want to start something, lady?
I mean, obviously.
Calm down now, son. You don't cool off a bit, and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Huh? Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function. I figured that ought to cool your head up.
Wait. Did you say cold sleep? We can roast Dio later. That's where they freeze you, right? And you can stay that way for a really long time.
Yeah?
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
3 people? Who?
You mean 3 of us were? We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
How long were they here?
No idea. Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you.
But why not Alice?
Because you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice. Am I wrong?
Huh?
I mean, if we didn't know Temiyoji was, Junpei, we know now.
What are you talking about?
You don't need to play dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9. It freezes at 96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8. No fancy machine needed.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you? Clover was messing with you.
Right.
That is, if she even said anything to you at all. It was a lie. A joke.
A joke? No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
With seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this. At some point in the past, someone found a frozen mummified Egyptian queen. What was curious about this mummy, however, was that it remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to her as All Ice, which eventually became simply Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded them.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her.
I wonder why.
I mean, really, how could anyone believe something so ridiculous? The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
But why would people make that mistake about you in particular?
It can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen? I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? I said. When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them. So I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice. But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on.
I think that's pretty likely, though, Alice.
I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though.
I wonder why.
Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
You really think she put that much thought into it? She was probably just screwing with him and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah. I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip for now. The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
At Alice's request, we made our way out of the treatment center. This is...
It looks like another warehouse.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Hey, look!
3 more doors.
They're all glowing white. You think?
I don't think, actually. These might be the next set of chromatic doors.
I'd bet on it. Look. They've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors.
So the next set of doors are white?
They haven't all been the same color before.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
Right. Let's head back to Flore.
Oh, thank goodness. You finally returned. I was beginning to get anxious.
Did something happen?
Yes. It's Quark, you see.
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Tomoyoji shoved Kei aside and looked through the yellow door. The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks, then ran off after him.
Quark, come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Tomoyoji grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
Oh yeah, because an ambulance will totally be able to respond to a place that you're fucking locked in.
Son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
Looks at Luna. Oh, right. Well, we've got Luna.
Luna?
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
Wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Well, yes, but
You have to take a look at him then. Please. Quark needs your help.
okay. I'll see what I can do. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an atom. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
So that thing can tell us what's wrong with Quark?
Yes, I believe it can.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better. Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course.
The whole process took only a few minutes. The machine scanned Quark's body, and within seconds, his results light up the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolled across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. Can we skip this, or is it still... Nope, okay. And she bit her lip and just stood there for a moment, looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no.
Oh no. Don't tell me.
Yes. He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean.
Yeah. I told Alice and Tenmyoji about it.
Fi and I heard about it from Luna.
Dio and Luna were two of the first people to investigate the infirmary. They must have seen the newspaper clipping that Quark found. I'd stayed behind after the AB game, and they all split up and gone into different rooms. It seemed like one way or another. Everyone had heard about Radical 6.
No. He can't... How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
Something about the tone of his voice seemed strange. Why wasn't it possible? Had Tomoyoji known about Radical 6 before the rest of us?
There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
We looked around, but we didn't see anything.
I don't trust a damn thing you say.
Fair.
I'm asking Luna.
I'm sorry, but Theo's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
Not in this timeline. No, nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like the park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine, but nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Oh God. Then he's going to... Oh God, no.
Look, just to be sure, the three of you went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure it wasn't there?
No, there was nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Treatment pods. That's it. If you put Quark in one of those pods... For a moment, there was a silence.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank God. You're awake.
Get away from me!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this!
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight towards his heart. Stop!
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Ugh, pretty tough for a kid. Hey, guys! I could use a hand here.
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Temioji, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. Temioji! Can you even hear me?
Oh, right.
Damn you! Bastards! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please! You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me! Ah!
Jesus, this kid's lost it. Hey, somebody get that scalpel away from him. Good. Thanks, whoever that was. Quark barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He continued to scream and writhe like he was possessed. What are we going to do? We gotta calm him down somehow.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Superel Beta.
Soperil?
That's the anesthetic! The one that's in our bracelets! Good. Perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Temioji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But...
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just... Okay, I've got it.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Pant, pant, pant.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alright, I guess we're good for now.
Yes,
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
he shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
oh, not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article.
About the truth.
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
So when Park tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes. At least, I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6?
What are you doing?
I turned and followed Tanmyoji's gaze. There stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. Apparently she had been the one to take it away from Quark. The longer I looked at her, however, the more I wondered if she'd taken it to protect him, or for some other, more sinister reason. She didn't seem stable. In fact, she looked far more like Quark had a moment ago than I was entirely comfortable with. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. Alice? Hey, are you feeling okay?
We're all going to die.
Huh?
We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand?
Obviously.
All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
Wait, Alice! We were all too stunned to even try to restrain her. We just stood there as she spun around and leapt through the door. Damn it. I shook myself and took off after her. But those few moments of hesitation had put too much distance and too many doors between us. Shit. Which way did she go? Right? Left? I was still trying to decide when everyone else poured out of the infirmary.
You lost her.
Yeah. I don't know which way she went.
Well, let's split up and look. Quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood?
Gotcha.
Tenmyoji, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
At Fess' command, we scattered, filtering off into the different doors. As I ran, I thought, where should I look for Alice? Perhaps the lounge would be a good bet. No, she's probably in the crew quarters. No one here, huh? Damn. Where did she go? Complaining wasn't going to help anything. I needed to go look somewhere else. Nothing in the treatment center either. We need to find her quick or she's gonna do something bad. If he hadn't stopped Quark... We need to hurry. I headed to the garden next. I'd only gone a few steps from the walkway through the grass when I stopped short. No. Alice!
Oh, there you are.
How did Fee get here first?
Good. I'm glad you showed up.
Huh?
I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary.
And then she's, alive?
Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
So she's just unconscious.
Looks like it.
What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Right. Alice was lighter than I expected. And Fee and I managed to set off toward the infirmary at a brisk trot. Interesting.
All right, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
On our way back, Fee had gone off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no.
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6.
Meh.
There's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelivir.
Wait, what about those pods in the treatment center? Can't we just stick them in those?
Right. I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
They can't cure it.
Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelivir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Temioji moved over to Quark and lifted his small unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Temioji moved him, and something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. I bent down slowly and picked it up. Is this medicine?
What?
Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here. Excelivir.
Excelivir! You found it, Sigma! That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier when?
We explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket.
He hid it?
Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that.
Fair.
To be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it! Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person. The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
Is there really not a single fucking syringe and needle? Like...
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
Well, we all stood stunned if he moved. Stepping over to Quirk, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes, then stepped back with a frown and small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
Do you think there might be some more back in the laboratory?
No. Unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
I mean, there's more than enough for more than one person. The problem is the lack of, like, inability to split it. Also, what about the bomb?
Who should we give it to?
Alice? Or Quark?
What the hell is this? There's no way we're only going to save one of them.
And what are we going to do?
Do I have to spell it out? We're going to save them both.
How?
Friendship. I needed to calm down. I think. There had to be some way to save both of them. I don't think we've gotten that key yet. It was there. I knew it. Oh, is it the immunoglobulin? IG equals immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another
Globulin.
name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
An IG replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
It can copy immunoglobulin, antibodies. Luna just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah. We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it. When I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
A few timelines ago.
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah. No time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them? Why don't you just drop them off in the treatment center on the way to the lab?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go.
So this is the lab, huh?
The lab.
Yes,
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Accelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Accelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Accelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
and the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, well, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Ah, shit.
What happened?
Sorry. My hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah. Just one, though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it had broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Temiyuji could reply, Fee spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break!
Weak-ass vials.
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She slid back from the table, quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh. But bomb. Bomb number dos.
Whoa. Really? That makes two then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any one of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary.
True.
Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Temiyuji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes, I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
But no one opened a door, right?
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right.
But no one entered the room, right?
We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now, we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll so we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Xylovir, then head to the Flore warehouse.
Right. This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Xylovir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now, we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Flore warehouse is waiting. Huh? Where's Tamiochi?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally.
Liar.
You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
Yeah, you are.
You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one, then.
If one of them can get the other to ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
You're gonna fucking betray me, know it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
D.O.K., Fee, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different A-B rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, Kay went into room 4, and Fee and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6 respectively. I left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into the A-B room number 1. Clover and Kay after both of them thinking betray, pointing fingers at each other. Oh, yeah, they would.
Thirty seconds remain.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So,
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray someone who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the notary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the results. Thank you, Ambidex game.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Man, we could have gotten 3 points. Next time.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Betray, betray, yep, saw that coming. Betray, betray, also saw that coming. How did Alice betray? That's interesting.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Well, you have to the rest of your conscious life to figure that out, yeah. What? It was impossible. I blinked, rolled my eyes, and looked again. No. That's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked, and my vision started to blur. I was wondering about when the doors opened, so maybe Alice opened the doors and somehow no one noticed the announcement? I don't know. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumbled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Then that's when it only goes when the first door opens. Yeah, that announcement didn't happen. There was no announcement of the first door opening. That's what I'm getting at. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet, there she stood. An apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Alice. The world was gradually going black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. Alright, when you vote, you can't leave the room either, so even if Alice did open the doors before everyone else, she wouldn't have been able to vote without being locked in. So yeah, no, never mind. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? Well, you and everyone went in first door opening, skipped announcement because we're done in dialogue, and then Alice slipped in, I guess. Probably Alice right now. Oh fuck, oh Jesus shit. I mean, like the first announcement about the Ambidex gates was about there only being 10 minutes left. But the countdown doesn't start until the first room opens, so that's why I'm confused. But even if she had, why choose betray? And then the darkness closed over my mind as well. And my questions were gone forever. Maybe she did sneak in literally last second. Still weird though. Game over, bish, indeed. How curious. Well. Time to betray, I guess. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why? What happened to it's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting? I thought...
Call it a hunch. There's nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. It almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Ah, so I'm an evil spirit now. Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
And the look in her eye was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round. Please stop.
Betray, betray. Betray, betray. 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 Betray all across the board.
Points have been. Please check.
Clean sweep, baby. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rolled my eyes, and looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Alice. She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muttered gasps. It seemed to be reunited in her surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me? A coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked Betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you.
Your way of saying thank you is by betraying?
I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
Do you have one?
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room?
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Anesthetic trading sounds terrible. You either fail in and sleep or pass and have trouble with drug-induced sleeping in the future. True. Just a minute. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fee and Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we never managed to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never going to get out of here. We need to work together. This is literally the worst possible outcome. We're going to have betray rounds forever now. Yeah. I might as well have been talking to you all.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dio.
Well, in that case...
It too, Fee.
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. D&K quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
And I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game. Stark, there is the Ambidex.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
I wonder what the others are.
They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So, what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah. Physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anyone else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me. But everybody chose betray. Including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Exilivir. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? That's right! The memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then...
Yes! I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyuji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
That's what she said.
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Lena had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we got is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn. I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
I think I have a key. Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please, tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
So you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
And it was probably the Radical 6.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could.
This is an interesting shot of Alice, because it looks like she's about to like hop off the bench and punch Sigma. I don't know. Maybe I'm interpreting things weird, but it's something.
It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
Do what? What? Do what?
Kill me!
What? Why?
Get it over with!
Huh? What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. Not this time, anyway. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another, and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek, and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
I hope that's not an actual connection here. That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Ah, come on.
If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What, crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right, then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation, and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, mitochondria, which is why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. At the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often, when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Oh hell yeah, we love kidnapping scientists. Good work environment for breaking the laws of the universe. Yeah! Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduating, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. Resources. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate, and sometimes deal with, terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. Math. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. I can read. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. Our priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had investigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a sixth person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other four, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul, and very committed to their cause. Wow, love you, Honko. I wish you a please go to jail. So true, though. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, the mother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. Oh, like the thing from 999? I know, crazy coincidence. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenic field. We wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that her investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. Oh. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. Well, she found him at least. True. In retrospect, they must have known who I was, who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me, or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had, at least, been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but there were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying, right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He had sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room?
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah, thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? Dio. One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon, right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Fight Dio. Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
I wonder if I have something like that. Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... Hey, look at that. Seven 81536109883809424199055 Was there even a point in me writing it down?
What the hell?
I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Where did... Wait. Can you say that again?
Yeah. 7815361098380942419905551.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
Okay, we get it. You're good at math. Jesus fucking Christ. What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like, if you have 30, then you get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
I don't think I learned that until high school. My memory's bad, though. So you're saying that 198449351 is a prime, and if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get 78153610988388094241990551. Nope, there was no point in writing it down. But also, thank God, right? I wrote it down, though, so, like...
Yes.
I'd much prefer to have to input it and not the game have me keep reading it out loud, frankly. Don't tell me you just did all of that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head.
There's something wrong with you, Alice.
Simple mental arithmetic.
Simple? What? No, no way. That's impossible.
I told you. I'm better at math than most people.
No shit, Sherlock. That's not better at math.
Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers.
That's memorization, not math.
That seems pretty astounding, too. Where did you find that number anyway?
In an alternate timeline. I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number.
I mean...
I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Could you explain that with small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it?
Nope.
Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I don't know. I think the first row was... What is with your fucking memory, dude? You're cracked. CQUJHNMTE0NERAXDFMIOVP.
And the second row?
BYOLWXYPXSVZEQGTKRTLED. I think. And then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory.
Yeah, he's the exact opposite of me, for real, for real.
We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter.
Okay.
The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one.
Okay.
Then 8 from that one.
So on and so forth. Got
Just
it.
keep going until you get something. Make sense?
Sure. I ran over what she'd said in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was 198449351. So what would we get if you picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C, in the top left. Then you move 9 to the right, which would give you O. Then 8 more to the right. Eventually we get a word. And that word was... I'll write it down too, so you guys can chat freely. I do appreciate you having it ready there, though. 198449351. So many numbers. The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it would be wise to solve it now. The key is 198449351. Remember, the key is 198449351. Closing this window will take you to the input screen. Oh. That's what it meant. So it... Okay. Quick, one of you guys, pause the stream so you can figure it out. I know it's CEO. You're not writing all those letters, unfortunately. It's not that many letters. Like, I don't mean, like, write the letters. I mean, like, literally just pause this, like... But here, if I can clip, maybe, then I can go back to the screen. Further back. Aha. Technology, okay. You can tell me the word if you want. I'll try. You had comp. Wow. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Comp. Okay, yeah. So we have comp. Go for it. I will try. 1, 2, 3, 4. L. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. E. 1, 2, 3, T. No, it can't quite be complete. Completed, maybe. I did it! Completed! That's it. That's the answer.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah. I did exactly what you told me to do, and the word I got is completed. Well, actually, it's completed. The code and letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
Completed. What? Aside from the obvious, you mean... I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
You know, the transmitter that Dio has. Wait a minute. I barely even heard her. Suddenly, my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Damn it. Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this? At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons, and not just any member. He was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah, just having flashbacks. Don't worry about it.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
Out of nowhere, Clover appeared. Convenient. Oh god. You know what sucks about the whole I can't record on OBS right now? I can't cut out any of my sneezes. So sorry, YouTube. You're gonna have to deal with all the sneezes. Sorry. I'll try to cut out the ones that I can, but like... Ah! That is all.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Really?
We're all down in the Floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Clark.
Why?
Sucker, fuck you. We still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that!
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you, Kay, and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the Floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there.
So...
Well, all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had one BP, Fi had chosen Betray. They started a fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged into.
That seems odd. Phi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh! Just come with me! Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Come on, Alice, let's go.
Coming!
All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
Okay, listen. He also almost fucking died. I know. But yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What, I was supposed to pick Ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Cygnus right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than merely killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
Ah, god damn it. Enough already. I roared with fury, and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't even know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all So I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What?
Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit the guilt in a few minutes.
What?
You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say, Dio's mouth. Nah, he's a horse.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell did you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. But, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you? Left. Brother ordered me to come here. To keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine. Skepticism is understandable. Honorable even. But perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background and how his younger brother left, had been murdered. I mentioned casually that Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? 78153610988380942419905551. Total the prime factor decomposition on that, and you'll get 198449351 to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
What? No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you, I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No! No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me!
Sigma out here just playing chess with Dio, damn.
That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
I said, why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
Heh. I grinned.
Wait. What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen Brother.
What the hell was all that?
I mean...
How did you know all those things?
Magic. Don't know. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Don't give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Fee and Kay about the memory card, the number 2 bomb, and about the code we'd found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
Yes, he just admitted it.
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me, and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going
To kill you!
Okay, settle down, Alice. Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way, smoothly, and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there. I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes, I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Exactly. I planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0.
Of course it's 0.
Add all that up, and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off, and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah. clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Right.
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him! Right!
Sick him!
Sigma, catch!
Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. But what?
Ha! Serves you right.
What are you laughing at?
You, her, all of you. God, you're stupid.
What? Why?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off.
That's nice.
We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. It won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business. Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Okay, well then go for the information, you dumbass.
Of course. That's the plan.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's in my coat, the right-hand pocket.
Clover, check it out. Right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes,
It's no use! There's nothing here!
Did you lie to me?
No, I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait. There is something in here.
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill? Like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out toward him. Suddenly he moved, his right hand snaking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth. He heard a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Almost immediately, he grimaced in pain. That's nice.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
What?
Damn! How could I be so stupid?
His eyes rolled up into his head, and flicks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine. Don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation? You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. But you only get one.
That's fine, I already have 2.
This is the deactivation code for Bomb 3. Ready?
Yep.
LXQ LHC NMR.
What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3. He didn't seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
His voice was weak, and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world. May brother live in everlasting glory.
Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile. Damn.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Well then.
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Convenient, but damn. No. So 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close. So,
yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
we also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio has a note or something?
Hold on. Let me check.
She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves, then sat back on her heels, frustrated.
Damn. He's clean.
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right. I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out. We can do this. Let's go.
We all took off at a run, heading to different parts of the building. But all of our searching turned up nothing. And as we searched, the clock kept ticking. And then at last, the chromatic doors opened.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain.
Our time had run out. We watched the white doors open. Were they doors to heaven? Or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then a blistering wave of heat, like the surface of the sun itself, wiped out any lingering thoughts. My consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. Damn. Alice ending. Saw that coming. Best served cold, says the Steam achievement. You don't have the unlock for that one other one there. I don't remember what we need for that. That sure was something indeed. Look at, we're pretty close to done, all things considered. Crazy. I love when we end up at a new route that's like, hey, here's a crazy amount of lore. Honestly, same. Valid. But yeah, I guess we'll go all the way back here.
Round 1. Result. Thank you. Ambidex.
As Fia and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
Well, you chose what I wanted you to choose.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I should say thanks. So, thanks.
Aw, come on. You don't need to do that. I just made the obvious choice.
Obvious?
Well, I'm sure Alice chose Betray. And that meant we pretty much had to choose Betray, right?
How do you know what she's going to choose?
Good. Crazy coincidence. I guess you could say I just know.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
Alright. I'm really curious to see if it changed like with Tenmyoji. Betray, ally. Ally, ally. Betray. Ally. Yeah, she did flip just like Tenmyoji. I'm not surprised, frankly. And with that, we'll save, and that's it for the night. Yeah, I just had to know before we ended for the night. It will be interesting to see what happens at the next set of paths and all the unlocks and stuff. We are getting close to the end of the game, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. Well, I guess not that crazy. We've been at this for like 10 weeks already. It'll be interesting to see what keeps happening. I don't know how much longer we'll be at this, but it's definitely almost done soon, which is, once again, kind of crazy. Do you guys have any thoughts to share, though? Any inputs about the happenings? Alice backstory TM, so true. And who haven't we gotten endings for yet? We haven't gotten an ending for Quark. I know we're working on Luna because, like, I was trying to figure out, like, what we needed because we started on Luna's route, which requires, like, the password and, like, user ID, which so far we still only have the password for. So Quark, Luna. We got K's ending. Fee. Man, I don't even know what Fee's ending could be like, all things considered. I know there's a true ending. We did Clover ending. Fee will definitely be interesting because she's a mystery, all things considered, for sure. I still think Zero Senior is Santa. And I still refuse to elaborate at this point in time. Yeah, so we just got the Alice ending. We haven't gotten the Luna ending yet. We got the Tenmyoji ending. We haven't gotten a Quark ending. We got the Dio ending. This list is not very helpful. So, Alice ending, Clover ending, Tenmyoji ending, K ending, Dio ending. Yeah, we got all of those. So yeah, the only ones left are Quark, Luna, and Fee. Because obviously Sigma doesn't have an ending. And then there's the true ending. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Gotta hand it to the voice actors, everyone suits their role so well. Honestly, yeah. I kind of wish Sigma had a voice actor. I got spoiled by Junpei being voiced in the last game. Thank you guys so much, as always, for joining me. I do appreciate all your support. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you all next time. Whenever that is, be it tomorrow or next week, whenever you guys are next available to join me. I do have a YouTube channel if you do miss me. I'd prefer you guys check out the edited videos because I put effort into those. But, you know, shrugs. Until next time, though, bye-bye, everyone. Wah.